Does that ever happen to you? Do you ever approach your door and suddenly your dog just goes out the door, or you even just forget that you even have your dog there? Yesterday, I talked a lot about how if we cross the street with our dogs and we're not ready for the dog to cross the street, we'll many times look to see if the traffic is clear, and the dog will immediately go because it sees your leg moving. It cues off a movement. Well, in many households, there's a secondary danger. It is the door itself, meaning when we open doors, they've learned through the old semiotic triangle, the one I've been talking about in earlier videos. Real quick, big triangle right here. The door becomes a sign. So like signal 1 is the door itself. And the interpretation of that is passage to the outside world. And what's the referent? I've done it, again, 500 times. So in other words, without you even giving a command at all, any sort of command, dogs have learned that when doors open, out they go. They go right out the door, whether they go out back to go potty, whether they understand that they're about to go for a walk. But it can be a really hazardous situation if you have a reactive dog. Imagine if someone's approaching, coming up the sidewalk to your house. Maybe it's a delivery person. And next thing you know, you open the door to sign for the gift or the package that you're having delivered, and suddenly your dog bolts right between your legs or goes beside you and out the door. Around my household, we believe that dogs should never go out the door unless they're given permission. The door itself simply becomes obsolete. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And the neat thing about training your dog to do this is that it can morph into many things. We have certain rooms. For example, when we're preparing our dog's meals, they're not allowed in the kitchen. They have to remain out of the kitchen. You can use it to keep dogs out of the baby's room, out of rooms in which you're working and you just don't want the dog to be a part of it. And the easy thing is that because there's so many opportunities, it doesn't matter what really day it is, what the weather's like, or anything. You can use any room. You can use the bathroom door, your bedroom door. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is put together a couple of fundamental parts. One of those is, number 1, come up with a command. A command. Now, I use wait around my household. Wait, W-A-I-T. What does it mean for my dogs? Don't follow me any further. So in other words, I can leave. I can actually go out the door, tell my dog, wait, step out. And if I leave, for example, to go to work, or I'm just going to go without my dog somewhere, wait, unlike stay, means that they can go, all right, well, I guess Brian's going by himself, so I'm out of here. What was I doing? I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to lie down, what have you. So there's a big difference between wait and stay. Wait means do not follow me any further. Don't take another step. And again, it can be used for many rooms, but we use wait, and wait means do not take another step. So as we approach with the dog, Josh will be demonstrating here in just a second. We approach the door, wait, open the door, coast is clear. Now we can tell the dog to go through the door. And you can either heel the dog through the door, so we'll demonstrate that, or you can simply tell the dog free, and now the dog can have access to your backyard. But again, you never want your dog to have unfettered access to the outside world. You want to always keep your animal under control. Now, if I said stay, it'd be a different story. If I told my dog stay, and I left, then from a great training standpoint, that dog should be right there when I return, regardless of how long I'm gone for. Wait is real simple. Don't take another step forward. So to do that, we incorporate a lot of the things that we showed in yesterday's video about crossing the street. Okay, Josh, I'm going to go ahead and have you demonstrate. So in the very, very beginning, simply approach your door with your dog on a leash. Now, you can either make your dog sit, or you can simply allow the dog to stand, but you give the command wait, and also notice that Joshua, turn just a little bit, Joshua, gave a visual signal. Why? Because yesterday, as I explained, dogs learn with their eyes first, their ears distant third or fourth compared to touch and their sense of vision. And now remember this door, if you've owned this dog for any length of time at all, the door itself is its own signal. Josh was just simply trying to prioritize the signal. He's going to take over. So in other words, ignore the door, dog. Focus on me. Okay, so let's reapproach one more time. So Joshua's going to approach the door. So again, in the beginning, you won't always have to have a leash on your dog, but to start with, yes, it allows us to have control. So Joshua comes, tells the dog to wait, make sure the coast is clear, and then he can go out the door with his dog if he wishes to, or he can now release the dog to the outside world. Same thing for coming in. A lot of times we forget about coming in. I've had dogs bolt inside the house faster than they bolted out of the house, especially if it's time to eat. They're excited. Someone just arrived back home. Absolutely. Okay, so now let's go ahead and show it off the leash, Joshua. So you can graduate to a point to where you can approach the door. Same thing. The command is still the same. The command is wait.
Wait.
Same hand signal. Make sure the coast is clear. Now you can tell your dog free if you have control of your dog or if it's going into a contained area like a fenced-in backyard. Same thing for going in. We want to also do the wait going in. So let's do it coming in, Joshua.
Heel.
A door is a door, whether it leads to the inside world, whether it leads to the outside world. It's about control.
Wait.
Coast is clear.
Free.
Now you can come in. How many of you take your dogs to a daycare or to a dog park even where you have that double gate system? Take your dog to somewhere where it loves to go. And you're getting yanked up to the door, and then you get to the door barely cracks open, and there goes your dog through the door, pulling you right through. Maybe it's not even wide enough. I cannot tell you how many times I've had my arm, I felt like it was going to break, getting jammed into a door jamb, you name it. Can't stand that. Okay, so now you can take that behavior and morph it to even other rooms in your home. So we just put a yellow line over here on the floor. It just kind of demonstrates another room. Perhaps just pretend like whatever room you want that to be. Joshua will do the same thing. On leash first, approach the line, and pretend it doesn't have to be a door, just another room.
Wait.
There we go. And now he can go in that room, do his business. The dog can actually wander off. It does not have to remain there because this is not a stay. Simply don't go into that room. Okay, now let's go ahead and do it off leash, Joshua. Approach the boundary of that room.
Wait.
Big hand signal. Command is wait. Go about your business. Okay, do whatever you need to do in there. The dog's simply not allowed in that room at that time. It doesn't mean they can't have access to the room. In fact, go ahead and invite her in.
Free.
There you go. You can stay free and allow the dog to come into the room. You just don't want them in during that particular moment. Okay, guys, so this was wait. Just a quick review. Number one, your door will become its own signal. It's a visual reference. They see the door opening grants them access to the outside world. And why do they know that? Because they've gone in and out that door multiple times. Make the door go away. When your dog finally knows this, wow. I cannot tell you, it's so nice to be able to open your door, bring something heavy inside your house, furniture, you name it, suitcases, groceries, anything and everything, and not worry about your dogs racing out the door, out into the street, and so on and so forth. Around our household, it's amazing. I've actually meant for my dogs to go outside, got busy talking to the delivery person, doors wide open behind me, and all of a sudden the delivery person is looking over my shoulder going, "Those are nice dogs you have back there." And I turn around, and there they are, all lined up right there at the edge of the door, waiting for permission to come outside. Wow, isn't that a whole lot better? It's a whole lot safer, that's for sure. You're going to find that very convenient, easy command to teach. Wait, open hand signal, step to the door. If the dog tries to go through, correct the dog back like I showed you yesterday, giving that haptic signal. No. Try again, open the door, wait, dog doesn't move. That's when you reward, right then and there. All right? You got any questions on it? You know where to reach me. Bryan with the Y at tamingthewild.com. And if you have you enjoyed this video, got a lot of good information from it, please do me a favor. Make sure you share it out there. That's what this whole thing's about. Sharing these videos, helping dog owners, not just yourself, but maybe another dog owner. Spread it forward. Pay it forward. See you guys tomorrow.